Is she really going out with him?
Those are the pummeling rhythms of Rat Scabies of the Damned. With New Rose, they were the first UK punk band to release a single. Now, 50 years later, we talk to Rat about those wild and groundbreaking days as he and the band prepare to bring their final Damnation 50th anniversary tour to Australia and New Zealand in September. I can't believe it's been 50 years, and I have a copy of the single, The New Rose and Help. So I bought it 50 years ago myself, I must say. So
Well, yeah.
time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to coming out. I'm coming out a bit early because I have a cousin who lives in Auckland.
I just spoke to a friend of your cousin's.
Yeah.
Who was watching the mayor perform just now. He was in his band, actually. He's playing guitar with him.
Mm.
So there you go. Yeah. So how long are you going to spend in New Zealand?
A couple of weeks, I reckon.
Cool.
I'm not sure of the time difference, but I think we're rehearsing there as well.
Nice.
Get ready for the shows and make sure the stuff's working.
Do you really have to rehearse much?
Yeah. We all, just to get your muscles back.
Okay.
And just to memorize some of the songs, in those moments, nods and winks across the stage, it tells you, it's time to do something.
Right. So I got to ask you, when you perform a song like New Rose, which you recorded 50 years ago, and it was a big deal back then, what does it feel like now when you play a song like that? Do you still get the same kind of rush, or is it a different kind of vibe, or what do you think about it at all?
As I get older, I have to concentrate so much more on what I'm doing that the way I feel when I'm playing is kind of something that gets decided afterwards.
Okay.
When you're doing something and you're kind of on the zone, you focus.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what's next? Where am I going? What do I have to do here? What do I have to remember there? Is everybody else, kind of, are we all on the same page?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But when you come off, that's when I do anyway. I don't know about the rest of them, I think, because they're front line. I'm stuck up the back.
Right.
I don't get the same feedback as the others.
So what do you have you ruminated? Have you had thoughts about what this all means? Yeah.
Well, I think for something that was meant to be disposable pop and that was very unpopular when it came out. I mean, New Rose, the public didn't fall over itself to embrace us. It did go in the charts, very surprisingly, and that kind of made us realize that things were becoming real. It wasn't just us trying and rehearsing and hanging out with our mates and it became something. It's like, hang on, this has got legs. This is starting to influence other things and other people.
Yeah.
So then it's not really a responsibility I ever wanted, but it's one you get. I remember working with this band and the guy's with a mohawk and he's got the leather jacket and the torn up jeans and the big boots, and he says, "You see me? I'm all your fault."
Well, there you go. You have to take some responsibility, I guess.
No, that's not my fault. That's your fault. Don't blame me. But I think what punk was about really was freedom. Being able to wear, look, dress, say whatever you wanted to. And that was the point for me.
Yep. And I was amazed. I think when I remember and flipping the record over, realizing you did Help, which I thought was insane in one, blasphemy almost, but then very punk at the same time. Whose decision was that to cover that?
When I was younger back today, never needed anybody's help in any way. And all those things you said, I'm not so insecure. Now I gotta take mine and open up the door. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you coming round. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. But won't you please help me?
Oh, Brian.
Was it?
Yeah, he had that kind of mind that turned it from a love song to being quite a sinister, psychotic. And the same reasons you were saying, it was, that was sacred to do a Beatles song was one
Right.
thing, but bastardize it
Yes.
and do what we did to it made it, it upset a lot of hippies.
Well, that's the whole point, wasn't it?
Mm.
And what
Well,
was
yeah,
what was Nick Lowe like to work with at that time? What was he
he was
taking?
smashing.
Was
He
he?
was great. Yeah, he was really good. Cigarette in one hand, bottle of cider in the other, lolly sticks taped to the desk so he could move the faders up and down
Right.
without going over. And and he was very good at choosing, the takes.
Right.
And we did the album in like 2 days. So he kind of, he pushed us along with the energy and, okay, that was good. Let's go to the next track. And it was that, we haven't even heard that one, Nick. And he said, don't worry, it was fine. Trust me.
Well, it's good somebody's in charge.
Yeah, exactly. We had to have a responsible adult somewhere.
Right. And then you ended up working with Shel Talmy on this one here,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah,
mean, he was with the Kinks and all that back in the day, and the Who, and I mean,
well, yeah,
pretty well.
that was pretty much the reason, and the thing
Right.
was, we love a lot of the records this guy's made, and Nick Nick likes to do one project and move on,
Gotcha.
and so that was kind of it. So yeah, just for former glories and stuff. But his eyesight was very, very bad.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, he could only work in several studios because he knew where the desk was and the layout and everything.
You could find it. All right.
Yeah, which meant, of course, the studios were a lot more expensive than Pathway. Where we did
Right. Gotcha.
Album. So it was, but no, I think the record's all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah, so,
Not bad.
yeah.
Did you realize you were kind of making history at the time?
No, not at all. I thought we'd end up in the "Where Are They Now" pile a lot quicker.
Was there a point in time over the last 50 years where you realized, holy crap, we've done something significant here?
About a month ago.
Okay.
When we did Wembley, and which was always a dream of mine, was I always wanted to be the headline at Wembley with the
Right.
band. And we did it, and I was like 50 years on. I could have done with it a lot sooner, but
Yeah.
it was the kind of pinnacle, if you like, of what I sort of mapped out myself as the band's success. And it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, but just having all those people there, and so much goodwill and so much fun, people enjoyed what we did. So, and that was when I realised that it was, because I don't like to dwell on things. I don't want to be the sad old rock star sitting at home in his underpants listening to his records. I remember the good old days. It isn't for me.
Right.
And but that actually getting to that point and doing that, actually, it was like, you know what? You deny this all the time. Why, just for once, just sit back and have a look at where you are and what you've done and what
Nice.
you're doing. And so I did, and I quite liked it. It was all right.
Yeah. And did the rest? Have you spoken with the other members of the band about that? Do you guys kind of come together and go?
No, because we all know,
Right.
So it's not something you need to say out loud. It's not telepathy. It's just because we're all in the same boat. We've all been doing it for long enough.
Right. And when you're playing in Wembley as a drummer, is it majorly different for you than when you were playing like in some club back in 1976?
It's I can hear more.
Okay.
And it's not as hot and sweaty or as dangerous. You don't get stage invasions like you used to, and
Right.
that kind of fun stuff. Which just, I used to like the chaos that went with it.
Did it feel dangerous what you were doing back then?
Well, yeah, it was. You can't pin a target on your back and then walk down the street and not expect to get shot at. And that was part of the fun of punk, was upsetting the old guard, and the previous generations, and that was a sort of mischief of its own. which, if you didn't mind being chased by teddy boys, was
Right.
okay. It was all part of it, and in a lot of ways, with hindsight, it was kind of confirmation of what we were doing was actually, having an impact and changing the way maybe people thought about things a bit.
Yeah.
But that's only with hindsight. At the time, it was just, I hope they don't catch us.
And do you think that kind of punk and DIY spirit is still in today's music anywhere? Is it alive?
I'm sure it is somewhere. I've heard some things that are pretty cool, but I don't know anymore. It's no, I think the Idols are probably about the only
those guys. Yeah.
that I've seen,
Right.
And watched. So I kind of dig what they do, but then again, they do have two Captain Sensibles in the band.
All right. So this 50th anniversary thing that you guys are doing, where, how, and why and who is responsible for that taking place? Did you guys suddenly realize altogether this is it? We got to do this?
Well, that started really with the Brian James reunion shows, and I hadn't seen any of the others for years and years and years, and we played those, and they were so much fun, and they were good. It was kind of, wow, actually, there's something about these four people in a room that when they play, it turns into something special, and that was, we wanted to carry on and do some more, actually, because we went to Australia and Japan just after those shows, and Brian just wasn't well enough to do it, but we were still having fun, and we were kind of getting on, and we were laughing, and jokes in the back of the van, and complaining about the food, all the stuff.
The usual stuff. Yep, sure.
Yeah. And so it just seems to me now, I mean, really, I'm just going to keep doing this while I can, and for as long as I can. It's, I'm very lucky to be able to be doing it.
Sure.
And I'm very grateful. So I really don't want to put a cut-off line on anything now. I was saying, well, I'll get to 27 and I'm not going to want to do this anymore. But actually now I'm like, you know what? No, fucking milk this for everything you can while the arthritis lets me, while my hands still work, and while, more importantly, while people are interested in seeing it.
Cool. All right. So you guys put out an album earlier this year, not like everybody else. Did you have a good time making it? Was it fun?
Yeah, it was. It was, again, we did it very quickly. We did everything live. There's virtually no overdubs on it. There's a few guitar parts here and there, but, and a couple of repairs. But we just went in, chose the songs that were relevant to Brian.
Right.
In, either by artists that we knew he respected, liked, or had some kind of connection with.
Right.
So it was a much easier thing, and it was kind of cool. We all just sat in a room and played. It was, and I personally was very pleased with the end result. What we got was really all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, in your Wembley show, I think you did a drum solo. Is that right?
Yeah, they like to go.
That seems very unpunk.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me about it.
Well, it gives everyone a chance to go to the bar, doesn't
it? Except you.
Yeah. But the real point of it in there is to link the two kind of extremes of the Damned, which is Curtain Call, which was, we all know, kind of like 19-minute. So not prog rock, but it was different.
It was different,
and it was one big piece.
Yeah.
And then to be able to go from that, which is a very sort of dramatic when we play it, it's kind of got a thing, but to go from that to New Rose, the two absolute musical extremes that the Damned reached, the only way really that the others are sort of happy joining it together is if I do the solo. So
So
But I'm quite enjoying it because I get quite a buzz off the punters now. So, you know, they sort of join in and do things, and it's, you know. But yeah, it's very unpunk, very old-fashioned, and you'll never hear Paul Cooks doing one.
all right. But it seems like the Damned are actually kind of misunderstood in that way, because everybody thinks of, neat, and, New Rose and that, if you got in right at the beginning, but there was a lot more to what you guys were doing. Was that kind of frustrating for you?
Yeah, not so much from an audience point of view, but from an industry point of view. You know, the record labels thought of us as being the punk band, you know, without much finesse, and then you know, it's very difficult once somebody's made up their mind as to what you are to change it for them.
Yeah.
No matter what you do or what you play, you know, they'll change. But luckily, you know, the punters always went with us. So, you know, always very grateful for that, because they were ready for those same kind of musical changes. Well,
that's exactly what I was thinking. They were open-minded to take in that, so they're going to take in other stuff as well.
And, you know, and also it's a respectful sign to the audience of, actually, you know, we don't think you're stupid, and we don't think that all you want is dumb punk rock. We think that, you know, we think we deserve different, you know, to come in on another angle and to give us some musical satisfaction, and the audience deserved records that did the same thing for them.
Right.
Very cool.
All righty. Well, you're going to be here in September. We're not getting in, none of us are getting any younger. I hope. I can't wait to see it, because, like I said, I bought these records 50 years ago, and I'm still ready to go.
Well, I'll probably bump into you in Auckland beforehand, I expect.
Please swing by. If you enjoyed this episode of the 13th Floor's Music Talk series, please be sure to subscribe to the website or to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and wherever you find your podcasts. There's a whole lot more to discover.